everyone, this is Emily from Honey Music School, and today we're going to be learning First Love by Utada Hikaru. I'll be introducing some tips and tricks for pronunciation and how to add maybe just a little bit of style to the song so you kind of sound like the queen herself. So let's get started. Okay, so all in all, there's 4 points for pronunciation that I'd like to introduce, and then I will talk about adding style a little bit. So point number 1 is how to pronounce the vowels themselves, because they're a little bit different from English vowels. So I'd like to practice together a little bit just to get that down, get the basics down. So in Japanese, there's 5 vowels, and these vowels are a, I, u, e, o, and that's it. Every single syllable in the Japanese alphabet practically has these vowels. They never change. They're all the same. So if you practice these, your pronunciation will be pretty solid for the most part. So let's practice. Rewind as many times as you'd like so you can get them down. Ready? A, I, u, e, o. So, how was it? If you can't get it down right away, no worries. Just practice again. Okay, so this is part of point number 1, but I wanted to mention pronouncing R's because that's probably the most challenging part of pronouncing Japanese. Da, di, do, de, do. It's not R and it's not L. It's kind of like in the middle. But one thing to mention is when you're making the sound, you don't really have to roll the R's necessarily, but if you can kind of touch the roof of your mouth, right near the teeth, just not necessarily behind the teeth, but right near it, but still the roof of your mouth. So da, di, and kind of this sort of movement, da, di, do, de, do. Yeah, that's one thing that might help, but just to mention, it's really difficult to pronounce this, so if you can't get it right away, it's okay. So let's practice together. Ready? Da, di, do, de, do. So one more thing that I'd like to practice with you guys is sometimes in Japanese you have to take a small pause with the chichai tsu, so the small tsu. So in the song, for example, she says omotteru. There's a small tsu in there, so you want to take a pause, and how to do that naturally is to hold your breath a little bit, not too much, but if I do it slowly, it's omotteru, omotteru. So if we do that a little faster, it's omotteru, omotteru. That's a little bit exaggerated, but yeah, if you can do that a few times and then maybe try to see if you can do it naturally, omotteru, omotteru. Yeah, if you can get that down, it'll be really helpful for the song. So the last pronunciation thing that I'd like to practice with you guys is tsu, the sound tsu, because it doesn't exist in English. So you kind of add a T sound before the S. So if you pronounce s regularly with an S, and then you kind of pronounce T but not too much, cut it really short. Tsu, you don't want to go to s, but tsu. Yeah, it might be a little bit difficult, but if you can get this down, it does come out in the song once or twice. So yes, practice that. Let's do it one more time. Ready? Ts. There we go. Okay guys, so now that we got the pronunciation basics down, let's get down to it with the actual song. Point number 2, I kind of want to introduce this idea of taking deliberate pauses. When we're speaking, we're not going to be taking these pauses at all, but in the song, Utada Hikaru does take these pauses within the song, and they can kind of feel unnatural because we would never usually take those pauses when we're talking. But yeah, take some notes. Let's go. Okay, so just the first line. Try to listen carefully for the deliberate pauses. Sa Did you hear it? So yeah, that's the first line, and then the second line there's just one, and she sings tabako no flavor ga shita. There's some English in there. But after taba, pause, ko no flavor ga shita. Tabako no flavor ga shita. Did you hear the pause? So remember, take a little breath. So the third line, she sings nigakutte setsunai kaori. And there's also one deliberate pause after nigakutte. Okay, so let's try it. Nigakutte setsunai kaori. There we go. So let's try it through just the first few lines together, and try to think about the deliberate pauses, but yeah, you don't have to overthink it. So let's try. So how did you do? It's okay if you can't get it. Again, practice makes perfect. Yeah, let's go on to the next point, which is emphasizing certain vowels and consonants. Like anything in life, too much is never a good thing. So even when you emphasize certain vowels that I'm about to introduce, you don't need to do that much. Just think really gentle emphasizing. So yeah. Let's see here. So from the beginning, there's sa, I. So the I you're gonna emphasize a little bit. Sa, I go no kisu wa taba. このフレーバーがした苦くて切ない香り So it's gonna be like that. Every time I kind of went like this, that's where you're going to emphasize just a little bit. You don't even have to think emphasizing. You can think like forward motion, like try with your hand or your finger. Think forward. So sa igo no kisu wa tabako no flavor ga shita. Something like that. Yeah. So that's point number 3. And then point number 4 is there's some extending of the vowels throughout the song. So Utada Hikaru kind of uses like the same pattern a little bit, but it's a bit difficult to do right off the bat. So let's see. So in the beginning, she sings 最後のキスは so最後. Do you see? It's kind of like a stair. She's kind of going down the stairs with that one. 最後. So you want to kind of make sure you're singing each note and not skipping over anything. Very important. And then she sings キスは. I kind of trill that part because I like adding the style, but if you can't do that, it's fine just to do like the stair thing. キスは. And then タバコの flavor がした. There's nothing there. And then the next line she sings 苦くて切ない香り. Yeah, that's about it for the extended vowels. So see if you can get those down. Yeah, so that's it for the most part. If you can get those 4 points down, then you're like almost there. The last thing is just adding style. If you want to sound like Utada Hikaru, there's some things that you can do that she's also doing. Of course, you can make it your own, which I always recommend, of course. The sky's the limit with these sort of things, like you're free to do whatever you want. But if you want to kind of sound like her, which is also fun, she does this thing where she kind of sighs out of the note a few times. So, for example, in the very beginning, sa Ego no. It's a bit difficult, but it's kind of like really sighing, like like try it, It's kind of like that. So really loose. Sa Ego no. You don't have to do a lot, just like a little bit. Yeah. So she does it near the end again. あなたはどこに That's a little bit more powerful than the beginning, so you kind of want to add a little bit more momentum there. And then the last one, so 誰を思ってるん Yeah, something like that. Very gentle, nothing too much. Yeah, so that's it for the size. And then if you want to add like I kind of add a trill with kiss when she says kisua. So saigo no kisu. It's a little bit difficult, so if you can't get it, that's okay. You can just do kisua. Yeah, and then the very last thing, yeah, that's a doozy. That's gonna take a lot of practice. But if you can go from chest voice to like head, like very light head voice or like falsetto, that's what she does in the music video. It's like very falsetto-y, a lot of air. It's like an airy sound. If you can do that, it will bring out the atmosphere of the song. Okay guys, so let's put everything that we learned together and practice once. Ready? Let's go. Let's have fun with it. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you were able to get something out of this video. I know there was a lot to practice, and I know sometimes it can be discouraging when you can't get things right away, but you got this. I know you can do it. I know it's cheesy, but don't give up. And yeah, if you like the content, like, subscribe, check out the website for Honey Music School, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hi guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We are the music school which can learn songs and the Japanese language at the same time. All members are native Japanese teachers. We look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye!